Hi, my name is Brittany Winningham. I am currently a graduate student from the University of Arkansas at Monticello, and today I'm going to discuss some information about school websites. Let's first talk about some of the goals you should have when constructing a website about your school. First of all, a website should be an introduction to visitors. This gives those who are seeking information a glance on what your school is like. This is especially important for those who are wanting to enroll their kids because it could be the first impression they get of the school. Another goal should be to add resources that others can visit. This can include, but not limited to, social media, classroom forums, educational links such as Khan's Academy, teacher websites, and much, much more. Your third goal should be to post student work. This shows the community what your students are working on and achieving in the classroom. It is also a good way to reward students by showing off their work for others to see. Last of all, your website should be able to provide data about your school. This can also include previous report cards that show what your school is capable of achieving. Now we're going to talk about some of the information you should post on your school website. Before, I mentioned the importance of how your website is like an introduction to your visitors. So that also means your website should provide information for students, parents, and for others in the community. Some of the information that needs to be included is the school address, phone number, and possible driving directions to get there, faculty pictures, email, and classroom portals, an e-newsletter sign-up, social media links, important links for students and parents, a school calendar or a list of important dates, or a link to current or upcoming announcements. It is also important to remember that a school website is often the primary source of information for visitors, so your website should be easy to navigate and to find the information. Now we're going to discuss what can make a website bad, good, or an efficient one. First, let's talk about what can make a school website a bad one. It may have one or more of the following characteristics. First, it may have a terrible layout. This is the design template of how your homepage or school website is presented to the viewer. Sometimes it may be too difficult to locate or find certain information. A second component is that it may confuse the viewer. This can be related to how you organize your information and where things are located throughout your site. Third, it may hurt the viewer's eyes. Make sure you don't use too many bright colors or make it too cluttered. And by cluttered, I mean give too much information in one area or make it look busy. Fourth, a terrible website may have bad navigation, which means it could be difficult to find or locate information based on your topics or links that you have on your home page. Last, make sure you don't have too much color or animation effects. Having too much color may cause the viewer to have difficult time reading the things you post online. Also, having too much animation may also confuse the viewer or make your website look cluttered or busy as well. Now that we discussed some of the qualities of what a bad website for a school page may have, let's talk about some of the good qualities for a good website may have for schools. First, a good website has a great layout. The layout of the web page is easy to view and locate for online visitors. The layout of the school website can also affect the navigation of the web page. Having good navigation also relates back to how you organize your information based on specific topics and can make it easier for the viewer to find and locate information. The third characteristic of a good website is to make sure it has a professional appearance. This basically means to make sure it is not too cluttered anywhere or to make sure it doesn't have too many bright colors or too many animation effects. Last, make sure the website has good content about your school. This means to make sure all the information you post is about the school and that the students, parents, or community members would want to know about on a regular basis. It is also important to make sure you're up to date on this information rather than keeping it around for a while. Parents in the community and students want more up to date and want to be involved in the school, and keeping it updated helps them with that. Last of all, let's talk about what an efficient website qualities have. Many of the qualities that an efficient website has is similar to those qualities of a good website, which again is a great layout, good navigation, has a professional appearance, and contains good content about the school. But what an efficient school website may have that a good one may not is having interactive features. Some interactive features are helpful links to websites that can help further student learning, or another way to have interactive links are to have links that can inform parents how they can be more involved with their school or with their child's learning as well. An efficient website also means that it addresses the needs of their online visitors. This means that the school information has to be up to date and that any questions that a visitor may have or send online is responded to quickly in a timely manner, so not within a week or days apart from when they originally sent their message. It needs to be responded to at an appropriate time frame. Now I'm going to discuss a generalized outline of how you would build your own school website. Below is a series of steps that can help you get started. Keep in mind that there are other ways. This is just one way of many. First off, you need to think about the purpose of your website and ask others like your community, parents, students, or other administrative staff their input about the website you're creating. Next, you need to do your research and look at other websites as a model or an example of what you would want or would not want to see in your own school website. Next, you need to decide on the content that you want to add into the site. This can be content that your parents, students, or other community members may be interested in and want to know about your school. Next, you need to find a web host. You can find several different types of web hosts online, or your school may be provided with one or district. Next, you need to choose a software to create and maintain your site. This can also be provided by your school or district already, or you can find several online that could be an option. Now it's time to create a home page with a web editor. After that, you need to build and create links to other pages, and this could include the main district site, your teacher web pages or classroom portals, or other links, educational links that students may want to see or parents may want to see. Here we're going to talk about some of the pitfalls that school websites may encounter. First is misinformation. Sometimes a school page may have wrong or contain information that is not up to date. It is important to go back to the information that you post online to make sure it is current and correct. Next is that a website may not mention parents. It's important for parents to know that they can be involved and help with their child's education, their school, or community, and how to do so. Some websites may also lack mobile functionality. More and more people are using mobile devices to look up information, so your site needs to be compatible as well. Again, poor layout or design can make it difficult for visitors to use and navigate to find information throughout your site. So make sure you use a design plan or template that is easy to use and follow. Last, make sure your website doesn't have a lot of errors or typos. Take the time to go back and check. It doesn't look professional if there are several errors throughout the website. When building and posting information online to your school websites, there should be some precautions you need to take before doing so, especially when you're posting something about a student. Schools should take care and make sure to protect the identity of their students with the following ways. First is where the child's image appears, the name of that child should not. The other is where the child's name appears, the image should not. It is important to obtain parental permission before putting anything online about that child. Also, your school website is a way to further student learning. One way is to share links that teachers find useful and make it accessible on the school website. Another way is to promote the use of message boards or discussion boards to help both teachers and students to help further classroom discussions. Last, you can also help post tutorial lessons from a podcast to help students reinforce what they may have learned, or even share a podcast that students worked hard on to create and share it with the community. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I have to say about school websites. Below is some of the resources I've used to support my topics during this presentation.